Hello everybody, it's Farm Sim Guy here. Welcome back to Bull's Gap and the Survival Challenge, Episode 2. We had a brilliant response to the question we posted in the community this week. Over 500 people voted, and you have voted, although it started to get close towards the end of the week. You have voted for me to plant grass, and we're going to do a silage to start with to try and make some money. Now, also a big thank you to a few people this week who've come up with some brilliant recommendations in the Discord for kit. Baby Jesus 440, Fusion Simulations, Argsy Gaming, and also Dwight Schrute. Thank you guys, you've come up with some brilliant suggestions, and a big shout out to Jeff Schaefer, who pointed out that there is a sawmill on this map, and you don't need to buy it to be able to use it, which is phenomenal because I did a review on this map a couple of weeks ago and I forgot that altogether. So, Jeff, thank you very much for pointing that out. That is going to make things a lot easier. The other thing I do want to point out as well is I hadn't realised this when I bought, when I was setting up the game and I bought this piece of land down at the bottom. It's actually linked to Field 19 up here. So I do own Field 19, but I commit now that is, we're just going to ignore the fact that I own that. I can't sell it because the two are linked. I'm not going to work it. It is what it is. It's out of bounds, shall we say, for the rest of this game. I am just committing to this section in the bottom corner that has no defined field in it. So just wanted to clear that up because I hadn't spotted that in the early round. Yes, some of the recommendations this week that have been brilliant. One has been the pallet packs. And again, thanks very much to the Quiet Hitman for hooking me up with some logoed version. But we do now have single bags, which are a more manageable cost for us at £20, which is fantastic. So we'll be using those as soon as we plant. We also have some tractor recommendations. One of the things I do want to do is get a tractor very, very quickly. Obviously, we've got the Massey series. People tend to use that a lot if they're doing a survival challenge, so I want to avoid that. There's some good tools, but I want to avoid those tracks if I can. But I do believe it was Fusion Simulations who recommended this little Ford 3000, which is fantastic. What I love about this is that I used to drive a 4100 on my farm when I was younger, as a scraper tractor, and I'll put a picture of it just here so you can see it. So a little bit of nostalgia for me there, which I love. So yes, we'll possibly consider that Ford. I also found this Universal U650, which looks like it could have potential. Definitely 65 horsepower. So that might work as a tractor as well, both sitting around about the 3,500 mark. And it feels to me like they're possibly our first investments. We're going to have to get rid of a few more trees yet. The other thing I have found as well, which could come in very handy, is this old wagon. There is a wood version there. Or there is one for bales, and there's one for just carrying stuff. We'll probably go with the wood version for now if we can ship stuff down to the sawmill now. So that's a handy thing to have. We've also got this extremely old loading wagon, but great capacity, 23,000 litres. And that could work very, very well. 60 horsepower required, so with a tractor that would work. And only £650. So again, lots of potential with those to start our grass harvest. Okay, that's all well and good, but we need some money for all of that. So, I think the first thing to do is I'm going to clear a bigger area. Our garden, as you guys called it last week, isn't big enough, I think, now. I'd rather optimise the amount of grass we've got. So, the other thing I'm going to do as well is quickly sell that little trailer that we bought. There's no benefit to us having a trailer that small now. We'll just get rid of that, and we'll buy something a little bit bigger. Once we've got a bit more cash. So I think we'll just jump into a time lapse here and see how well we get on.
Do you ever feel you don't what you're putting in. All your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up?
Okay, now that's done. I think we need a trailer. What we're going to try and do is take these logs to the sawmill and see if we can get a better price for them. So, we've only got 335 in the bank at the moment. What we do need, I think, is just to check on the price of this. It's 1,500 with wood. Factory new is 1,000. So we need to make 1,000. So we need to chop up a few logs first. The other thing I want to get is a grapple, because it's the only way we're going to be able to get the logs onto the trailer, I think. Even then, I think it could be difficult, but we'll certainly give it a go and see if that gets us anywhere. So that, again, is 230, factory new, second hand of 184. So technically we could buy that now, but I'm not going to buy it separately because I think I don't need to take 2 trips to the shop on my own. So we know we can afford that, so we will just crack on and get that trailer sorted as soon as we can.
Does it all become for granted with a wedding ring? Oh, there must be more. There must be another way. There must be conscience. Different things in different ways. There must be love. There must be a reason, and a little bit of faith has got to come my way. I was just a little girl when my mama used to say, ooh, happiness required.
Okay, we're here with our first load. You've got to love FS19 physics, haven't you? Sometimes it's a little bit odd, but we've got some decent sized logs here. Remember, I'm not allowed to use super strength, so if anything's too big, I do have to cut it down. There's our first bit of wood in, a princely 61 extra pounds now, so that's good. So we've got a bit to go, but hopefully it won't take us long to get enough money for the trailer, and that's going to change things a little bit, hopefully. So we'll get this unloaded. Yes, like I said, I think the ideal aim by the end of this episode is to have enough to get ourselves a tractor. But that obviously requires us, first and foremost, to start making a little bit more money with our wood than we are at the moment. I mean, that's going to be not much more than maybe about £300 or £400 by the time we've finished. So actually, we've got the potential here to get over 1,000 pretty quick, actually. I take that back. I thought it was going to take a while, but I think these slightly larger pieces of wood are helping. So we'll grab another load, we'll get it fed through the machine, and we'll see how much money we've got. Quite pleased with my packing on that one till the last one. Okay, let's see how much we get from this. Okay, nearly 1,000. Looks like one more load and we will have enough. So we'll be back shortly. Now I have decided, just out of interest, to go and see if we get more money for this at the sawmill. So what we'll do, we'll drive over there in our incredibly quick Gator, and we'll unload there. And I'm just interested to see if we make more money out of that one than chipping it. I think we will. I think you make more money from logs than chipping. So I will head over there, and then we will see what happens. I'm really not sure how secure this load is. I've already had to stop and pick a couple of pieces up already, but this is a long drive. I'm not sure the time versus cost reward will be worth it until we've got something a little bit quicker, but for now we're halfway there now, so we might as well see what it is. But man, this thing's slow. Okay, here we are at the sawmill. Let's find out the unload point, and there it is, pretty clear. Get this unloaded and see what we've got. £726. We've got 1,661. So it's absolutely more cost efficient to sell it here than it is to sell it at our chipper. So now we've just got the long slog home. But what we'll do, we will park up the Gator there, and I think what we need to do is put the 3-point hitch on, because I'm going to be able to buy the grapple and the trailer at the same time and pick them up from the shop. Okay, here we are back at the shop again. Yeah, I wish this went more than 15 miles an hour. But we're here now. We'll get our trailer. I'm really hoping the grapple and the trailer won't have collisions on them and we can take the two home together. Otherwise it's going to be quite a long trek, I think. Back to the shop, back to the farm, one by one. But let's keep our fingers crossed. Remember how lucky we were last week with implements? It's either going to come back and bite us today, or we're going to keep on being lucky. So, first things first, our trailer. And I think to start with, we're going to take the logging one. We don't need it factory new, we're going to go second hand. We're going to go with this one. And we are going to buy it for 1,000. There we go. And the second thing we want is in forestry, the grapple, which is 230 factory new. We'll get that second hand as well at 184. That's a bargain, isn't it? That just means we can drag our logs back. Now hopefully it means we can drag our logs onto the trailer. I haven't really thought about how we're going to do that yet. The other thing I thought about maybe was a snow plough front, but we'll just wait and see, I think. Got to find a way of pushing them on. The other thing actually I did find was a chain that could drag things about. But this could well work. Oh, this could really work. Okay, I'm excited now. Now we've just got to hope that this trailer hooks on too. I think this is going to work, guys. I'm quite excited. I know I have no weights on the front of my Gator. That might cause an issue. Oh, we are cooking with gas. We are cooking with gas. Look at this. What a setup. Look at this. Okay. A long trek home. But this is exciting. Okay, we are back now. I'm not going to lie, this has the potential to change things quite considerably. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dump the trailer just here for now. There's a little physics thing going on there. I might need to sort. I think it's the grapple was caught on it. Okay. Let's see how this grapple works. Okay, so I found a log here. I think what we need to do is just lower down onto it. Not spin it around. lower down onto it. Squeeze and hopefully pull. No, that didn't work. Okay folks, we've cleared this complete area now. We've cut the logs into lengths that are just about carryable. We've had to trim a few bits off when they were too long, but this is, I'm going to remind you again, so you know I'm not cheating, this is without super strength. So for example, just to prove a point, there is a tree here. If I had super strength on, I could grab this and pull this down. I can't do that. I think pine is quite light as logs go, so what we've managed to do is all of these are carryable without super strength. Now, I do believe this has straps on it somewhere. Yep, there we go. And another one here somewhere. There we go. So let's run this down to the sawmill. The grapple was awful. I think there's no denying that Ferguson grapple just did not work. I'm not sure what it works for, but it certainly didn't work for this wood. This is not a bad load though, look at that! And that didn't take too long. I think, much as I don't want to spend the entire of this episode chopping wood, it's a necessary evil in these first few episodes, just to get enough money to start doing other things. I think getting a tractor is going to be a bit of a game changer. That means we can plough a little bit easier, and we can sow as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if we can get a tractor by the end of this episode, we can expand this area, plough it a little bit deeper, maybe get a bit of seed as well, get that spread, and we have our first field. But for now, we've got the long slog to the sawmill, so we'll see there. Okay, we're having some slight issues here with physics. Things are bouncing around. I'm really hoping I'm actually going to make it to the sawmill at the moment. I don't know what's happened, but we'll just crawl along gently. We've got a wheel off the floor here. Everything's shifting about, but we've not lost anything yet. So we'll just gingerly make our way there. But, yeah. So far, so almost good. I will just take it easy. And hopefully we can get to the sawmill. But it's looking a little bit nerve-wracking. Oh, there we go. Okay. We'll see there. Okay, we've lost one, but we're not going to stop because the trailer's got a mind of its own at the moment. I just want to get this there as soon as we can. You know what, we'll come and get that another day. I don't think there'll be enough for a tractor here anyway, so we're probably going to need to do a couple of loads. But let's just get this sold and just see how much money we're going to get for it. Okay, we're here. I actually think it was the straps that were making it play up. £3,470? Are you kidding me? One load and we've got our tractor. That's unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right. Well. Let's go and get our tractor. And there it is. And there she is. Our first ever tractor on this series. Look at that. She might not look like much, but she's got it where it counts. I hope. Well, that's all we've got, so let's make it work. There she is. Okay, I am going to repair it. I think that's the only kind thing to do. There's very little left in it. So, £27. That was a worthwhile exercise, definitely. Now, a bit of ploughing. There are quite a lot of logs lying around here, actually. Small ones. There's actual whole trees here. I'm going to move these out of the way so we can start ploughing. But let's get the tractor. in and expanding this field. Now, we're not going to be able to avoid logging for a little bit. I think it's fair to say that we will always have the need to do a bit of logging for a bit longer. Just the nature of starting off a project like this. But what it does mean is it brings us in money. Now we know the sawmill. It does bring us in a lot more money. We've just got to make it more efficient. And now there are a few little tools that I've found, and I think this is the decision for this week for you guys. The question I'm going to put out to you guys this week: what is going to be our next little bit of kit? So I'll list the things that we could be buying, and I'll let you guys make the decision in the votes in the next week. Now, how much bigger is this field now? We've almost doubled it in size. I mean, we're going to keep going, we're going to keep expanding, but we do need to get a field planted and some grass started. Definitely, as soon as possible. So let's just crack on with this.
You make me breathless, and I won't waste this. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. Yeah, I won't waste this, 'cause no one makes me feel like you do. You make me breathless. Yeah, no one makes me feel like you do.
Okay, that's the ploughing done. We just need to sort ourselves out with a little bit of seed now, which we'll obviously need to go and run up to the shop and get. So cue another trip, but we'll be back with a few bags and we'll get it planted. Here we are back at the shop again, but it's different this time because we are buying seed. So there we go. I think we'll treat ourselves to maybe, I don't know how much we'll need for the field. Hopefully not too much. We'll maybe get 5 or 6 of these. Should have put the multiple buy add-on, shouldn't I? That mod would have been helpful. Anyway, we are where we are with it. There we go. There they are, laid out in a very social distancing capacity on the floor there. Let's load these into the trailer and head back to the farm. Oh, I don't want them actually emptying in there. We don't want that to happen. There we go, seed in. It's a little bit of a mess because I didn't realise that it would leak out everywhere as I held it over the trailer. But it's in, and it means we can head back and get planting done. Okay, here we are, back at the, I don't know what you would call it, it's not a farm, is it? We've got a seed in the back. We will just very quickly jump round to our drill and see what's what. What I'll do is I'll leave that there. Hopefully we can refill from that, and we'll just go and quickly get the 3-point hitch, hook it up, and hopefully plant our first field. There we go, working through the bags there. And that is the full lot. There's a little bit left in the trailer, but hopefully there's enough here to plant the field. Okay, we've got grass selected, and moment of truth, here we go. And look at that, we are planting our grass. Let's go. Okay, on that positive note, I think we'll call it there for this episode. Keep an eye open for the vote this week. I think it will be a question around what we buy next in terms of equipment. whether or not we get a bit more logging equipment to help us, or start to think about building up our equipment whilst the grass grows, so we're not in a panic at the end and don't have a mower or don't have a means of picking up stuff once we've grown it. The other thing we probably need to consider as well is some sort of silage silo or silage clamp, where we can put the grass for it to ferment. So from me for now, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm really pleased with the progress we've made, actually astounded that we've actually got a tractor already and we're planting a field. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe if you're not already, and hit a like, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care, bye for now.
And I won't waste it.